Okay, it's time again. Hello everybody. So today we're going to talk about Penjana. We have two special guests that we're going to bring in soon. So before we start, let's see a short.
Kemudahan skim 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗲 akan diperkasakan dengan penambahan peruntukan sebanyak 50 juta ringgit bagi membiayai saringan kesihatan dan kemudahan peralatan perubatan.
Okay, so everyone is excited about Penjana. So SME, what is in for you? So all the SME and business owner, I'm sure you are excited. Tonight, me and Lily, we're going to give you a lot of updates. So take your pencil, take your pen, take a notebook, write down what will be in for you and take advantage of it. So let me introduce a bit about myself. For those of you who doesn't know me, my name is Alex Wong. I'm the founder and also entrepreneur of InTune. Together with my beautiful wife here, Lily, I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Lily. I graduated with an accounting degree from Australia, and having worked with one of the big fours in my early years, and then went on to do internal audit. And 13 years ago, we started InTune with the aim of providing high quality accounting services to SMEs at affordable price. So this is where we are. So every time when we have an announcement from the government, we will be busy reading up so that we can update our clients. We can, do our work as an accountant and provide the info for them.
Yeah, so that we want to be one of the top 10 to be able to give you real update, live update. Lily has been crazy reading. The team has been crazy. Now, without further ado, let me introduce our associate partner, Li Fong. I'm going to bring him in. Hi, Li Fong.
Hi, everyone. Hi, good evening.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Please introduce yourself, Li Fong.
Hi, my name is Li Fong. I'm a chartered accountant by practice. I've been in this line for 13 years. I'm also a licensed auditor. I run an accounting firm catered for SME called 𝗍𝗶𝘃𝗲 Associates, otherwise known as FLA. We do accounting, audit, as well as tax.
Thank you. So Li Fong has been also helping a lot of our clients in their compliance work, from call sec all the way to audit, and we have streamlined our operation to work closely together with Li Fong. Now, without further ado, let us also bring in our mortgage and funding expert, Mr. Simon. Hi, Mr. Simon. Please unmute yourself, Mr. Simon.
Please unmute yourself.
Mr. Simon, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I have been working in the bank for the past 20 years, and I left the banking sector also about 20 years, you see. After leaving banking sector, but I have not left banking before. After leaving bank, I'm actually sharing my experience to help SME to plan their loan, to restructure their loans, and to apply their loans, and managing, help them to restructure a lot of SME loans, which I'm specialized in. So for the past 20 years, I have got loans approved not less than 500 million, in total. Apart from doing loans, I'm also helping SME to do their estate planning, like their buy and sells in the wills, trust, and all that. Tonight, I'm going to share a bit on the financing part of the Penjana program. You see, thank you.
Yeah. So tonight, Simon will talk to you about all the funding requirements and what are some of the incentives that you can. Li Fong will talk a lot about the tax incentive for business owners. So if you have any questions throughout the entire session, please feel free to post your question. Along the way, if we can, we will do our best to attend to the question. So I'm going to start tonight evening with Lily. Lily will talk a lot about employee related and what is in for employee from the employer perspective as well. To you, Lily.
Okay. So today I'm going to cover, so in the Penjana, there were 40 key initiatives that was announced by our Prime Minister, and a big part of it was about empowering people, because as we know, it's a very hard time and many people are losing their jobs. So the government is doing as much as they can so that employers keep their staff. Okay, let's see what's in store for them. I'm going to do a share screen. Okay, all right. Okay, one of the most welcome news for SMEs alike, for bosses alike, is the wage subsidy. So at the moment, we already have a 3-month wage subsidy program that has been implemented, where many SMEs are already receiving wage subsidy up to 1,200 ringgit per staff for 3 months. So this morning I went to check on the SOCSO website. As many as 200,000 companies are receiving wage subsidy already. So what's the good news? The good news is that this wage subsidy program will be extended for another 3 months. Meaning for SMEs, you're going to get 3 months plus another 3 months of wage subsidy. Okay, but the amount is different. Yeah, amount is different. So if you are an SME and you have a 75 staff, so the first 3 months, you would be receiving 1,200 ringgit per staff. Okay, this additional 3 months, you will only be receiving 600 ringgit. So although it has been reduced, but at least better than nothing. So 3 months at 1,200, another balance 3 months at 600 ringgit. Yeah. So, and then the second thing is that they have also relaxed the conditions with regards to wage subsidy. So in the first part where they announced the wage subsidy, the company cannot do a pay cut on the staff. They cannot ask the staff to go on unpaid leave, etc. But now they have relaxed it. So with this, what is the relaxation? So employers are allowed, to implement a reduced work week. Okay, for example, 4 days week instead of the normal 5 days, and maybe take reduced pay of 20%. So I think government is also seeing that with the wage subsidies, SMEs are still struggling. So they are allowing a leeway for them to reduce the pay, and then even though they are receiving this wage subsidy, and then also allowing employers to receive wage subsidy for employees or unpaid leave. So what does it mean? So if you have staff which you really put on unpaid leave because you totally cannot open, you can still receive this wage subsidy program, but the condition is you must pass the money to the staff. All right. So for this second part of wage subsidy in June, it will be combined with the ERP. ERP was also launched by SOCSO, where it was meant for staff who were asked to go on unpaid leave. So from mid-June onwards, this will be combined. Yeah. So SOCSO has released a very detailed FAQ with regards to this wage subsidy. It's dated 5th of June. Later, we will post it in our comment at the end of the session. Yeah. Okay. The next one is helping employers and employees to match job hiring. So SOCSO has SOCSO has a job portal for employers and employees to go in and promote the jobs. But I think not many people may be using it. But from 15 June onwards, government is putting in more effort to upgrade this page so that employers can go in and do job matching, especially for unemployed workers. So this morning I tried going in and I saw this website, Penjana Kerjaya, and then when I click in further, it directed me to the EIS job portal. So this job portal was already there all the while. If you look at this part, employers can sign in to post your job, and the job seekers can also sign in. So we expect that employees, if you're SME business owner, take this chance. You can post all your job posting or hiring here. Okay. And then the next initiative is that if you hire unemployed staff, if you hire new staff and they are unemployed, you're going to get money from 𝗖𝗍𝗍. This is from 15 June. I think a lot of people have already started asking me, how do I apply for it? So as of today, there is no further information in 𝗖𝗍𝗍 website. How to apply, where to apply, how do we consider it as unemployed and all. So, but in summary, this is what it is. Yeah. So if you are employing somebody fresh grad, school leavers, government will or 𝗖𝗍𝗍 will pay you 600 ringgit for 6 months. If you are employing somebody who is unemployed or got retrenched and age 40 years and below, government will pay the SMEs 800 ringgit per month for 6 months. If you are employing a 40-year-old and above or an OKU or OKU, government will pay you 1,000 ringgit per new hire for 6 months. So this is really, you can see that government wants you to hire all these people who have lost their jobs and pay you the incentives. Okay, HRDF programs. So there are many HRDF programs where there will be a one-to-one matching fund provided for companies to train and upskill their staff. Programs with HRDF. So at this moment, when I went to the HRDF website to check, there is no further details yet. What kind of programs, who to apply, where to apply, etc. But 2 billion fund is allocated for this purpose. We will just need to wait for the updates to be released. And more information will be provided on the Penjana website. But at this moment, the Penjana website is not up yet. I think the government is also working hard to put all this information on. Yeah. Okay, this one is regarding childcare subsidy. Yeah. So there are a few benefits regarding childcare subsidy. There are benefits for parents, but today I'm going to focus on the benefits for SMEs. So if you are SME and you operate a childcare center, you will be entitled to a 5,000 ringgit one-time grant. So if you are SME, you operate a childcare center under the Jabatan Kebajikan, you can apply a one-time 5,000 ringgit for you to reopen your center and comply with SOP. I think government sees that there are a lot of costs to be incurred when you want to reopen, sanitization, etc. So this is a one-off grant. You can apply it from the Jabatan Kebajikan website, but there is no information yet as today on how to apply. Yeah. And then the next one is that helping micro and SMEs to sell online. Yeah. So the objective is for these micro SMEs to actually promote their businesses online. Yeah. To onboard it to platforms, digitalize their businesses, etc. So this will be under the initiative of Penjana Treasury as well. So at this site, there is this website that will be available for micro and SME e-commerce campaign. Again, this website is not up yet. So stay tuned for more information with regards to Penjana. We are updating whatever we have up to today, available as of today. Okay, coming soon. Coming soon is that the government will be setting up a one-stop business advisory platform. So it's a one-stop center where businesses can go in there to get various information, to get various advices about how to run their business. It's an initiative under the SME Corp called My Assist SME One Stop Shop. So today when I visit the SME Corp yet, this My Assist is not up yet. But generally what it's going to cover is that this is a one-stop center where you can get guidance on where to get loans, where to get facility, how to brand, how to promote your products, and how to get support on technology and also legal. Okay, if you are an SME and then you are doing business with GLCs, GLCs is government-linked companies and large corporations. So government is making it faster for all these SMEs to get paid. So what does it mean is that so what does it mean is that, for example, Axiata and TM, their normal credit terms to pay their suppliers is 45 days. But now under this initiative is reduced to 14 days. So if you are SME and you're selling to GLCs and large corporations, you will be paid earlier. So Axiata, TM, Tenaga, and Petronas as well. Okay, in addition, government is coming up with a new act, to relieve businesses which will potentially suffer from breach of contract and financial distress. So because of this MCO, cannot open to do business, maybe cannot meet some financial obligations, contractual obligations cannot meet because you cannot build the things, and then hence the delay, etc. So there is a temporary act that will be tabled in Parliament in July to relieve businesses from getting into trouble. Okay, this is very consistent with what's happening worldwide as well in other countries where there is a special act or law on COVID-19 to help with businesses. Okay, yeah, this is all the updates relating to wage subsidy and etc. from my side. Maybe let's hear from the next speaker on more information on Penjana.
Yeah, so I know it's a bit too fast. So if you miss it and you've got any question on that, please post at the comment below. We will be able to flag it out along the way. So if you've got any comment or feedback about the Penjana package, you can also give us your comment or your view about the Penjana package. So there's a lot going on there, and I think now the government has also started to work together with the SME, not just to allow the wage subsidy, is also to allow in terms of optimizing the employment cost, which is good, which is going forward, allowing SME to actually plan their workforce while getting the subsidy to actually help them. So the next one, let's talk about tax incentive. Let me welcome Li Fong. Li Fong, please unmute yourself, Li Fong.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll be sharing about tax measures which is offered under the Penjana program. Basically, there's not many goodies that's being offered. A lot of them is actually extension. So the first one, we're going to talk about the flexible work arrangement incentives. So the government has provided additional 5,000 individual tax exemption for provision of mobile phones, laptops, and tablets, especially post COVID-19 MCO lockdown. So what's slightly confusing is that currently, under the current tax measure, gifts and monthly bills for fixed line telephone, a mobile phone, tablet, pager, or PDA registered number under the name of the employee is already exempted from tax, and on the basis that is limited to 1 unit each asset. So we need further clarification whether this 5,000 is just another overlapping tax measure. So it's effective 1st of July, 2020. The next one is additional special personal income tax relief of up to 2,500 to only resident individuals for the same purchase of mobile phones, notebook, and tablets. This will be effective 1st of June, 2020. However, we understand that currently we already have a lifestyle relief of 2,500. There are also other commentaries which says this is on top of the additional lifestyle relief that we have currently, 2,500 for the following expenses: book, journals, magazines, newspapers, personal computers, smartphones, tablets, sports equipment, and monthly internet subscription bill. So we're waiting for further guidance as well. Childcare centers, post-COVID-19 lockdown, I think the government has also seen the benefit of putting child to childcare centers. So they've increased the tax relief from 2,000 to 3,000. So that's good news for parents. And these are for child age 6 years and below, effective for 2 years, 2020 year of assessment and 2021. The next one is the government did announce that there will be further tax deduction for flexible work arrangement. However, what kind of expenses, that one we need to wait for further guidance as well. To support businesses to go through the current stress of cash flows, government has also allowed for 50% remission of penalty on any late payment of SST due and payable between 1st July to 30th September. However, it's still prudent to also make payment on time, or alternatively, I think the government should also introduce installment payments or also full waiver if a company can demonstrate hardship. The next is a special tax deduction of rental discount to SME tenants. I think this was already offered earlier. The current announcement just extended for another 3 months. So bear in mind the discount provided by landlord must be more than 30%, and now it's extended to 30th September 2020 for a total of 6 months. The next we have also an extension. So the previous deduction of 300,000 for renovation and refurbishment for business premise is now extended for another 1 more year to 31st December 2021. Also for PPE, personal protection equipments for COVID-19, for masks, thermal scanners, additional tax deduction and capital allowance will be extended. However, we are waiting for more guidance. What sort of expenses will be included and for how long? Nevertheless, I think safety protection equipments to employees are generally deductible for tax. Next is for accelerated capital allowance for machinery and equipments. Now they offer annual allowance of 40% for capital expenditure from 1st of March 2020 and also extended for additional 1 more year to 31st December 2021. So this will spur up more CAPEX in order to spur the economy as well. For new SMEs, income tax rebate of 20,000 is offered for new incorporation of companies, mainly 𝗟𝗹𝗃𝗧, between 1st July 2020 to 31st December 2021. So we are also awaiting further guidance of what kind of rebates are available. The next one is on stamp duty exemptions. Any M&A activities, any mergers, any acquisitions or disposals, stamp duty will be exempted from period 1st July 2020 to 30th June 2021. There's very good tax incentives for companies, MNCs relocating to Malaysia. So there's a few bands of tax benefits. The first one is 0% tax rate for 10 years for new investment in manufacturing sectors with capital investment between 300 to 500 million. 0% tax rate for 15 years for new investment in manufacturing sector with investment above 500 million. 100% ITA investment tax allowance for 5 years for existing company in Malaysia with overseas facility. However, moving back to Malaysia and must incur a capital investment of above 300 million. Also, there are special reinvestment allowance for manufacturing and agriculture activity, which will be introduced between 2020 and 2021. So condition for number 1 and number 2, the company must relocate and commence operations within 1 year from date of approval, and the investment must be made within 3 years. However, if you look at the threshold, it's really very high. It's above 300 million. So technically, it doesn't really apply to SMEs in Malaysia. Next is for tourism sector, mainly extensions. These are not new incentives. Tourism tax exemption is now extended to 30th June 2021 next year. Service tax exemption as well. Income tax relief of 1,000 for tourism expenses is now also extended to 31st December 2021. Tax installment payment is also deferred to 31st December 2020 by the IRB. Tax incentive for purchase of passengers cars. Please take note, only passenger cars. Locally assembled cars will have full sales tax exemption. For imported cars, CKD cars, only 50% exemption. For the government has also encouraged on purchase of residential properties. They reintroduced again the refurbished home ownership campaign. So there are 2 categories. Instrument of transfer, your MOT, you will be exempted, limited to the first 1 million of the property price. However, on loan agreements, it's a full exemption. However, you must meet these few conditions. Number 1, it must be a residential property, price between 300,000 to 2.5 million. SPA must be signed between 1st June 2020 to 31st May 2021. A property developer participating in this home ownership campaign must provide at least 10% discount off the listing price. So technically this means new properties. No sub-sales are not applied for this. Next is for disposal of residential properties. RBGD will be exempted for disposal between 1st June 2020 to 31st December 2021, limited to 3 units of residential properties per individual, only for Malaysian citizens. So hopefully we can have a bull run for properties again. Uplifting of a financing margin limit for the third residential properties. 70% margin financing required for third property is now waived off. This will be from 1st June 2020 to 31st May 2021. However, please note that this is subject to Bank Negara and respective bank requirement. Yep, that's all from me. So I'll pass on to the next speaker.
Wow, looks like there's a lot of good stuff happening in the text. I think for the property side, there's a lot of good things.
Yeah, because for the property side, the value will be big. You know, the stamp duty exemption, increase the margin of financing, so encouraging people to buy residential, and then also helping the developers to sell off their stocks, you know, giving 10% discount. So
yeah, and then those who have been screaming for RPGT, this is a good time to dispose your property and you know, handle that part. So the next one, in order to buy or sell property, you still need money. So let me introduce Simon to tell you about mortgages, loans, and grants, and see how you can capitalize on that. To you, Simon.
Hello. Enough of goodies. Now, out of this 35 billion goodies, you have been touching on the indirect benefits. Now is the money time. You see, out of the 35 billion, there will be about 10 billion, about 9 over to 10 billion, which is a direct money. We're going to pass it up to all the individuals and the SMEs. Now, there are 3 types of money in here, direct money in here, which are 3 types of money in here. And there are 2 channels of getting the money. One is the mainstream, which is the banking financing. The other is the alternative channel where we can get the money. Let me I have done a summary on all the things. Let me share with you in a while. Can you see the screen?
No, I cannot see. Can you share again?
share screen first, yeah.
Can see now? Can see?
No, not yet. Can you share and then select the
Share screen, select the window application.
Share, okay.
Window application.
Okay, Simon. You open the file. Can you open the file? It's a blank screen now.
Okay. Can you see now?
I can't see your presentation. Can you open the presentation file? It's a blank screen. It's a blank screen, black color. You
Black
open
color.
the PowerPoint.
Let me share screen first.
Okay.
Share screen. Then open PowerPoint. Can see or not?
No, can you share again?
Hang on. 不会 share， 我不会 share screen。怎么样 share screen？ share can 了啊。Can see or not?
Yes, can see. Yeah, you launch it to PowerPoint mode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay now. Okay.
Yes, definition. Yes, can.
Okay, good. Okay, there are three types of money in here. One is called loan, one is called grant, and another one is called venture capital. Loan means the money you got to pay back. Grant means it's a free money given to us. You see, venture capital means someone actually investing into the company with agreed and predetermined exit price. You see. So these are the three types of money, almost worth almost 10 billion that I'm going to present it to you, which I'm actually summarize it in such a way. There are the first source of money will come from the bank financing, which under SME is an extension of the SRF. SRF, there is additional 2 billion actually coming out, given in the form of term loan with 3.5% interest rate. But this round is only limited to 500,000 per SME. This one you can get from all the banks. And good news to all the tourism company, you see, where they are the worst hit. Effective by next month, they will open up by next month. Government allocate 1 billion fund over here for them to take the term loan. The interest rate will be determined by the banks. You see, by the banks. This is for SME company. Then there is another sector for micro company. A micro company means you have you have 5 staff and below, or your sales is 300,000 and below. For this type of industry, you see, government allocated 400 million, 400 million for this kind of category. Per company, you can apply up to 50,000. Out of this 400 million, there are specially allocated 50 million for women entrepreneurs. And this type of loan, you are actually applying through 2 sources, BSN and Tekun. So under the micro sector, if you are in the agro business, or you are in the food manufacturing business, government allocated 350 million in the form of term loan with an interest rate of 3.5% and repayment period for 5 years. Each company can apply for 50,000 max. And this one you must go through agro bank, only agro bank. Okay, these are 2 types, SME and micro. And the goodies for individuals, which if you are under the home ownership campaign means 1st of June till 31st May 2021. Good news is the government has uplifted 70% financing cap for residential house. The second part of the loans and grants and venture capital is actually coming from alternative financing, which you are not actually getting from the banks. The first part is the loans. The loans means you have to pay back. The government allocated 500 million for those companies involved in SME technology transformation, which digitalization. And this one, the government allocated 500 million. You can apply through MDET. And SME Bank and BSN. This one from 3 sources. And if you are in the business of arts, culture, entertainment, event management, and exhibition sector, government allocated 100 million loans. 100 million loans, this one you are not getting from the bank, but you are getting from one government agency called My Creative Venture. You just Google My Creative Venture. If you are in that arts, culture, events, exhibition, drama business, you can apply from there. Then if you are in the digital marketing advertisement effort, the government actually allocate 40 million to help SME to do digitized marketing advertisement. And this 40 million budget, actually, you can also apply through My Creative Venture. You know, the repayment period and all that would be determined by them. And on top of that, if the government also allocated 35 million, which you can get it from MDET. MDET means Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation. You can apply from there, which they have allocated this 35 million digital content fund, Dana Kandungan Digital. These are loans. Now the best thing is the grants. Grants means you no need to pay back one. Government give you free money, okay? So this grants means the government allocated 100 million for the SME to do technology transformation. Means if you are setting up the whole line, digitize or automation lines and all that, you can apply 1 million, up to 1 million per company, per SME. Means if you are a holding company, you have 5 SME, you can apply 5 companies for smart automation in your production line. Grant means this one effective by next month. Grant usually, as stated here, applied through MIDA, Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA, KL Central. Okay, then there is another grant. There is another grant that government allocated 30 million grant for those companies involving in creative exhibitions and events management. On top of that, if they require digital marketing advertisement, advertising program, the government allocate also 10 million grant. And all this 30 million and 10 million you can apply through My Creative Venture, 5,000 per company for the advertising assistance. Okay, then the last one is if you are involving in technology company, which you like a startup, you know, just a startup or just only start out for less than 2 years, or you are just starting out. Government actually put in some efforts, 600 million foreign funds coming in from Korea, coming in from overseas, you know, and there are almost 6 or 7 funders which they are willing to come in to fund you, like a SoftBank. They are giving you a venture capital, you know, to help you to start up the company. Here, 1.2 billion for this kind of assistance. And of course, government also do not leave out the 𝗵𝗎𝗃𝗃, you see. So the government also allocated 200 million actually dedicated to 𝗵𝗎𝗃𝗃. Then the second fund is this 200 million to 𝗵𝗎𝗃𝗃, they have to apply through PUMB, which I think is in Jalan Raja Laut. And for those 𝗵𝗎𝗃𝗃, if they can secure government jobs like government contracts, like G2 contracts, G3 contracts, means those contracts with the amount of 250,000 and below, they can secure loans from SME bank with this contract. Here, the government allocated 1.6 billion for the funds. So here goes all the total of about 11 to 12 billion allocated, including the 𝗵𝗎𝗃𝗃 funds, you see. So those are the Penjana funds that actually announced by the government recently. So on top of whether we can enjoy the funds or not. You got to know the place to apply, and you got to do it fast. You see, especially like the 2 billion funds that just launched. Probably it will be gone in a matter of months. So it's better for you to do it fast. Of course, if for the normal funds. For normal funds, another alternative source. This one is general. It's not under the Penjana. We can apply through CGC as well. So any inquiries of where to apply, you can apply. You can actually seek the assistance of SME Corp, or from this channel like Lily has shared just now. Or if you're not, then you can take down this photo and you SMS me for the information. I would love to share with you. And that's all for the almost 12 billion funds in this Penjana program. Over to you, Alex.
Thank you. So there are some questions on the floor. Okay, let me flag it out. Which grant do you think is best to apply and how? King is one of our good friend and our client who are in the tech industry, doing t-shirts. Apparel consultant. So for someone in the tech industry or in the apparel manufacturing and business, which grant do you think, Simon, is good for them to apply?
Well, in the Penjana program, basically the grant very much limited to promotion of the creative drama exhibition and all this industry. So for the normal business operation, they can actually also seek the advice from MIDA. MIDA usually sometimes they may have the budget. They may have the budget up to 5 million per company. So we don't know whether the budget used out or not. So they can actually go to MIDA, make an inquiry there whether the grant still available or not, because it is actually just beginning of the year. So it's better to ask. So for this Penjana program, the grant basically are two things: technology and the creative. The normal business, they still have to seek information from MIDA.
So means what I'm hearing you saying is that those SME who are going for technology and creative, these are the main industry that should quickly look up for this grant, and this is where you can support them. Okay. Before there's another question on tourism exceptions. So local holiday can have tax exemption.
Yes, that's right. Personal income tax relief of 1,000 is available for domestic travel. Specific period will be 1st March 2020 to 31st August 2020. So answer is yes, please travel cuti Malaysia.
Cuti Malaysia time. So yeah, without going border now, it's time to really visit all our local tourist attraction and take advantage of this tax exemption as well. Thank you, Wilson.
We're really good, right? Go for holiday and then you can get your tax deduction, personal tax deduction. That sounds really good.
Okay, so let's have open question. I think, Lily, what can SME do based on your sharing?
There's another question.
Can you elaborate the MIDA grant? What are the eligible for IT projects?
Basically, if you are new company, the chances are quite high. Sometimes the new company and IT company, so the chances are quite high, and of course also depends on the availability of the funds. Generally, of course, especially like IT projects, which actually fits to the automation guideline here. Specifically, Penjana has just allocated the funds, the funds. If you are doing business with telecommunication companies like telecoms and all that, IT projects, you can actually get matching grants from SME bank and MDEC to do the business. You see, if you can secure the contract from the telecommunication companies, so there are quite a good chance. Other than that, probably they can go through the bank, secure some project financing or contract financing for that. But do know that grants is far better because no need to pay back one.
Yeah, and it's 100% subsidy, right? There's no matching.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Wilson. We hope we answer your question. Going back to my question, Lily, what do you think with the Penjana that you shared?
Yeah.
What are some of the areas that SME can do to plan or optimize their business to take advantage of this Penjana package?
You are referring from
whatever you shared.
Okay.
What are some of the things that the SME should do? Because we have so much information.
Right.
I'm sure some of you would need to know that given all this information, if I'm a typical SME, what should I be looking for, and where should I start?
Okay, I think the first thing is the low-hanging fruits. The whole low-hanging fruits would be, the wage subsidy. Only I think 200,000 SMEs have applied and gotten approval. I'm not sure why, not everyone else has jumped into it. So with this 3 months extension, if you haven't applied for wage subsidy yet for your company, go ahead and do that. I think at InTune side, we are able to help you with the wage subsidy application. Up to 100 staff, we only charge $299. Yeah, to apply for wage subsidy up to 100 staff, only $299. And then they have relaxed the conditions, meaning even if you have gotten the money, you can still do some reduced work hours and reduced pay, to help you balance out your cash flow. I think that.
So if I were to apply now, how much do I actually get? Is it backdated the 1,002, or I get just the 600 from now onward?
Okay, that's a very good question. So there is no such thing as backdate. So if you apply now, that means you're going to get from now onwards. You can't backpay, no backdating. Yeah.
Okay, so SME, that's for you to know. If you missed the earlier bandwagon because of all the uncertainty, because the earlier package of the wage subsidy, they don't allow you to reduce the work hour or to go for unpaid leave. So under this new package of wage subsidy, you can go for it. It's 600.
How Alex line?
We apologize for the disruption of the connection. Yeah, so what we are saying is the wage subsidy thing, if you have missed it, it's never too late. Now is a good time for you to go in. So Li Fong, I also have a question for you. Given some of the tax incentives that you have shared, what are some of the goodies that SME should look for or should actually take advantage on based on what you read?
To be honest, the CAPEX and the renovation refurbishment is quite a good tax incentive that they can utilize. But I think this is quite a tough period for SMEs because cash flows are pretty much affected. I wouldn't say it's really a very good goodies though.
So this is the accelerated payment terms that you talk about, is it?
No.
No, that's separate.
So
I think that's for the GLP.
Accelerated payment term. Will you be able to elaborate a bit on that?
Okay, I think what CK asked is part of the one that I've explained. I think this should. Are you talking about if you are supplying to GLCs and the large corporations, they are going to pay the SMEs quicker. Let me see. I think there is no further information being released yet. This is just at a policy level. On the implementation hasn't been rolled out yet when I went in to check the website. Yeah. So if you have clients which are big companies, they will pay you faster. Yeah.
I think with regards to this this program, among the major GLCs that have subscribed are Axiata, TM, TNB, and Petronas.
Okay.
That's what I understand.
So there's also another question on what are some of the what our SME who wants a term loan for this SME, what are some of the eligibility so that they can prepare themselves before they come to you? Simon?
Sorry. Come again.
What are some of the eligibility? I mean, what are some of the SME should look?
Of course, when you talk about eligibility, there are profitability, the company's profitability, and whether their personal credit score, credit conducts, and all that. My advice is do a pre-screen or financial health check of the company. Number one, of course, if the company very simple, if you are making profit for the past 3 years, number one. Number two, you have not many borrowings in the company. Number three, your company has been at least for more than 4 years business operation. You see, business has been stabilized, with a sales of about 1 million and above. This will make you eligible to many types of term loan in the market. So as I saw the question there, they are talking about extension of SRF. Of course, this 2 billion is an extension of SRF, but honestly speaking, the first batch of SRF 5 billion came out within 1 month finish. So there are more than 5,000 applications in the bank approved but no fund. Then the government came out with another 5 billion, which we were so happy, but it was utilized within 3 hours. So we don't talk about 2 billion. So with the 10 billion, they have already actually exhausted, but there are so many more applications in the bank, still no fund. So this 2 billion is just a drop of ocean.
Okay. So I think that
honestly, there is one more question, very crucial. So the funds are actually quite real, because as I'm dealing with 6 or 7 banks, I got so many clients actually approve. What I say approve, but when you get the money, we don't know, because the fund is there, but they approve, but the fund is not coming down yet. You see. So
which is true.
Indeed, there are many.
We have clients who got the SRF approved, of course, subject to disbursement of the fund. So, like I say, speed is essential.
But of course, the bank actually, because with these pandemic things, they actually do a lot. 80% of them are doing their existing customer rather than new customer. So a lot of SME, I would tell them you better explore for other funds rather than you are waiting for this, because you got to raise with the time. Raise September, raise October, because now they already become very stringent. Past September, when October is even more difficult, when the moratorium is over. So all SME, please go out and secure some loans and get as a ready now.
Yeah, and also from what I know, Simon, there are also a lot of other SME loans available. So what I get from the market is also, don't just limit yourself to just SRF. There are also a lot of other SME loan that could be that doesn't have so much, that's also equally attractive and doesn't have limitation. So for those of you out there who are interested, the first thing is speed. So the second thing is, before you do anything, go and look for Simon to get a pre-screening. Because if you don't know whether if you can't pass the pre-screening, chances is when you do apply, your probability reduce. And the challenge is when you apply, if you get a rejection, it may also reduce your credibility in terms of future application. So it's very important that you work with professionals to get the pre-screening done. Okay, so with that, there are any more questions on the floor? If none, that means we are good to wrap up. So with all the information that you have, don't worry about it. Rewatch again. If you have SME friends who could benefit from this Penjana update, also share with them. So before we wrap up, in Tune, we have a free ebook for some of our people who are watching. So if you are interested to get our free ebook, so I'm going to click a link down here. Okay, it's a Penjana ebook. You can register to get your free ebook based on the same link, and you just need to type the promo code number. So at least this is business owner, you can then be able to get some help in terms of what are your most important number when you run your business. Okay, so Lily, what else can you offer to some of our clients?
Yeah, like I mentioned just now, is a wage subsidy. If you haven't applied, do apply it, because it's really free money for you to keep your staff, help you to lighten your salary burden. So I think my colleague has also posted the link for the wage subsidy. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay. So Simon, what can you offer to some of our SME listeners tonight?
I mean, that we are doing pre-screening, actually doing at a very minimal rate. By way of 150 ringgit, we can do a 𝗍𝗶 checkup, and together with a 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗃 checkup. 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗃 checkup, I mean SME 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗃 checkup, as well as the individual director 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗃 checkup, together with their company's 𝗍𝗶𝗃 checkup. With these things, we are actually offering at only 150, so they can have a own copy, so that they know themselves where are they. Sometimes their payments. Like I have one customer recently. Their credit cards. Since February has not been regularized, so might as well with this pre-screen. So we advise them to cancel off the card, because the limit is very little. So there are 3 months not paid, consistently. Might as well you cancel the card. So if they don't do pre-screening, you straight away go to the bank and you get recorded. One chance off already. And we are talking about speed. So at least he go and cancel the card today. So by the next 𝗍𝗃𝗃 season come up, the record is disappeared.
Okay.
I mean, if you go direct to the bank.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, so it's always good to have before you enter, to have it's like the interview before the interview. Having the pre-interview give you a higher chance of success. So, Fong, how about from your side? What can your firm do to facilitate and assist some of our SME?
Yeah, I think during this challenging time, it's also very important that we optimize our tax position. So what we can do together with our colleagues, we can run a consultation regarding your company, so that we can land in the most optimized tax position for you, including treatments for SST as well. So happy to help out.
Okay, so yeah, tax now get a lot of incentives. So for some of you, please make sure you go for Li Fong in order to get some proper tax advice and optimize it properly, just like what we do in terms of employee optimization. There are steps that you need to do and follow through. Yeah, with that, I think that's all from us.
Yes.
Yeah, any last words from the panel before we end the day? Simon, any last advice? Advice to SMEs with this Penjana package? Is it exciting? I think it's okay. I think it's very biased towards property and technology and creative, more of that than general SME. Yeah.
I think it's to spur spendings. What I see is that it's all to spur spendings on big ticket items to jumpstart the economy and also to keep jobs. These are the 2 main things.
Yeah. So how about our panel? What are some of your comments and feedback before we end the session?
I think SMEs should help each other rather than trying to run down each other and don't pay debts. I think let's work out, especially for SME, during these challenging times. I think we can pull through together.
You see, the government spends so much on digitalization now. So automation, even in their accounts, they digitize it. You know, the speed counts. You see, when it comes to loan application nowadays, you just email, you know, scan, you know, then you can more faster to get a loan approved. Honestly speaking. So a lot of SME better hurry up and get the management account out, you know, and especially like Lily, you know, when we talk, you know, they actually should seek your, you know, your expertise to get the monthly accounts out. You know, many of the loan applications fail because no management account.
Yeah, I think that's always been the challenge. There's a lot of why. Recently, a lot of clients came to us. It's also because of this. Yeah, when you don't get the books, it's just that I want to go and get credit card. I don't have my pay slip. I don't have my bank statement. It will be the same problem. So yeah, part of it is also an opportunity to clean up your back room. Of course, with Li Fong there can also help to set up your company and then to get it audited. You know, to get also a good quality audit in order for the bank to be able to give you good credit rating. Yeah. Okay. With that, we hope that this update will be of benefit to you guys to make use of Penjana package. 1 hour has passed, and we send for every SME to become large. And I want to thank Li Fong and Simon to be part of our panel tonight to give you an update. They have read a lot of things and they have went through, make a lot of calls to make tonight happen. And of course, I want to thank my wife too to also get all these updates so that we can really Penjana the economy with the Penjana. With that, thank you everybody and good night.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Pleasure.